Yeah.
Namaste, ma'am. I'm Ria. I'm the founder of Project Happy Paws. It's an honor to have you here today with us, as you are the co-founder of the Compassionate Society for Animals, which happens to be one of the biggest associations that we have come across. And it truly is an honor to have you featuring with us. So thank you for joining us today on this webinar. So, without any delay, I'm going to rush into the questions which we have prepared. We have received a few questions from our audience via Instagram, and we have received a few questions which we have compiled for this interview. So, the first question which we received was, please describe your experience as an animal welfare worker. So, please give a little bit of a background and then speak about your experience.
Yeah, sure. So this is Kaivalya. I'm co-founder of an animal-based NGO, Compassionate Society for Animals. So we are based out of Hyderabad here in Telangana state. So yeah, my journey started probably 12 years back when actually I used to be afraid of animals and everything as such. I used to love them, but I used to fear just going towards them. So it's like my mom and my grandmother, everyone are animal lovers. So thank God for that. So what happened is she taught me how to be, how to have compassion, and that is how she introduced me to a dog, which was my first pet. It's an Indian dog. We named it Raju. Unfortunately, she passed away 2 years back. She was almost 12 to 13 years old. However, so that was my first step, and later on, it was just a continuous process. There was no stop at all. So my entire family loves animals, and we all were involved into animal welfare, and that's how later I volunteered sometime with Blue Cross of India as well, started by Amla Kineni. And there I met a lady. She's completely passionate, and she's just amazing in her work, and she handles any kind of cruelty cases. She doesn't want to let her out, but she is founder of Compassionate Society for Animals, and I am the co-founder. Her name is Pravalika Nagam. She's quite famous enough. Probably if you search, you'll able to get her. And there, why we started this NGO, because we were individual activists. I understand there would be certain limitations when you're an individual activist, and that's when you have to take a little step ahead, form an NGO so that you could work more. So what we are doing is, from the time when we have started our NGO, we had a little of strong desire to just go ahead and move things forward. So we used to meet collectors. We are meeting government officials, veterinary doctors, and everyone, and we are just trying to tie up with them and make sure that we have ABC center, that is animal birth control centers, to be imbibed in municipalities as well, because under the municipal corporation, that is the GHMC, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, we do have dog pounds, that is government dog pounds, and they will take care of vaccinations and sterilizations. But what in panchayats, municipalities, there is no animal welfare at all. It is zero, literally. So that is when we thought we to start an NGO. That is where we started, and now we are just trying to meet them and get things done. So I hope the things will work on very soon.
For sure, they will. So, as an animal welfare worker, there are obviously some people that aren't as familiar with animals, or there are people that don't believe in your cause. So, do you come across difficulties in general, or from people like this who they don't not help you out, but do they also tell you to not do what you're doing? So, if you come across these sorts of difficulties, what are they and how do you solve them?
Yeah, so this is a greater challenge. I mean to say, this is the first biggest challenge that we ever faced, because being animal lovers is like a very strange thing here. Still in India, we are still facing this sort of strange feelings when people look at us who are feeding animals or who are taking care of animals. They are like, there is not enough people to bother about humans, and why you guys are concentrating on animals? Why not? We are just a species in this entire world or earth, whatever it is. So it is our responsibility. We are given a little more wisdom than animals, because we are the ones who can save them. This knowledge of yours has to be used to save them, in fact. So that's why, probably this kind of explanation, even do they won't it doesn't convince them to an extent. So what I really feel is whenever you face such kind of things, the thing which is important is do not try to fight or give an argument for them unless until someone is harming an animal. Do not go for any fight. So just let them see what you're doing and make them understand, and then slowly probably a few people might turn out. If they're not going to turn out, there is law for us saying you can feed animals, you can feed community dogs, and no one has to stop you. So I'll also tell you these laws which are important at the end. So that is what most of us are not aware. If my neighbor says that you should not feed dogs, either I get afraid or I start fighting with them. Why not you tell them that it is a law, you're not supposed to even ask me not to feed the dogs. So that's where the problem is. That is how you have to deal with them.
So do you think it's also an issue of awareness just not existing, like people thinking that it's not allowed? So do you think it'll be better if you just raise the voice and if you actually educate people in this sense? Do you think that that's going to help the issue?
Yes, that's absolutely a good thing. Yeah, it's almost like a follow-up question to this. It's a good thing because basically, and if you ask me regarding this awareness, as and when the situation comes, if you just start speaking to them about the animal rights and everything, that is a kind of awareness. And second thing, it's better that once you're in a colony or in an apartment or whatever it is, gated community, it's your responsibility to just get included in the association, and then ensure that you in every meeting you stress about the rights of animals, or awareness, not always the rights. It's an awareness. You should also make sure that they know both the sides. It's like law that they cannot stop, and the second thing is compassion, why animals are important. So, and awareness on the other side should also start from very young age. So it's better we approach schools and colleges and ask them permission, because you don't want anything in return. You don't have to ask the principal to pay me. That's absolutely, that's not awareness. If you call me, just ask them, give me half an hour of time or 45 minutes of time for particular set of students. I'll take the awareness program. I just need some time from you, probably from a leisure time. So that's how awareness. You need to go by yourself. You need to get associated with members, and then just turn them into a compassionate being. That's
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I think that is extremely important in today's society. It's extremely relevant. So, coming a little bit to the issue that's relevant at hand, Project Happy Paws is a youth organization, and we're trying to find out ways in which the youth can actually make a difference. So, through this, how do you believe that as a student, one can make a change?
that's true. So, if you ask me, you have already made the change.
Thank
So, you're welcome. So, group of you have already started, youngsters, and see, it's the point where you get a challenge is that our parents or elders might say that you're not earning anything, so why are you getting into the social welfare and everything? How can that be possible? So it doesn't mean that, for example, some dog has met with an accident. So do you really need enough money or cash in hand to save a dog? No, obviously you can call out an NGO. That is also an animal welfare. So that's how it is. It's just that, I have also been asked the same question by multiple people that I'm a student. I don't know how to get into animal welfare. Why getting into animal welfare? It's not like you need coaching or something. It's simple. Just look at the animal. You try to do whatever help you can. Don't go out of the boundaries, and uh, so that your parents or your elders will be like getting insecurity. No, that's absolutely not right. Gain their confidence is important. What you're doing is not wrong. So make sure that they are convinced with whatever you are doing. Whenever you have free time, go try to visit an NGO, or in case the animal needs an emergency rescue, tell your parents that I'm not going to take any risk, nor I'm going to let the animal die like that. So I'll make a responsible step. Try to convince them. Always going for a fight is the issue, because even though when you're right, even though they know that you're right, there might be a problem that because of your fight, there might be a ego problem. They might think that why should I accept her or him doing so. So that's why
Yeah.
just be calm, just start it. You don't need any any sort of money or status or time or anything to do animal welfare. Just get in the process, go with the flow. That's all.
Okay. So thank you for that. I
Yeah.
think that's going to benefit everyone watching this, as we are mainly a youth organization. So those are surely some wisdom words for the youth. So coming a little bit to your background, you had earlier told us that you have been a vegan for nearly 2 years now, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
So because of that, I just want to ask you, what is your motivation behind your veganism, and how do you believe that that could be a solution to everything that we face?
Yeah. So there is the answer. When we are talking about animals, right? So animals are not just dogs and cats. Animals are like, we don't even have a count of animal species and everything. Each and every insect is also a species on this world, and we are responsible to let them be. So the thing is, veganism, the problem is, it's we humans are really humane. We are not cruel people. It's just that it is just inside. Whatever you are, whatever purity you have, it's just inside. You're not letting it out. The only thing making difference is your tongue. Can you believe that your tongue is the one which is, you just can't relate it. Your tongue is the one which is causing harm to the environment and animals. So it's so funny to hear, but that is what is happening. You feel that see, according to me, whosoever is concentrating on only dogs and cats is just a cat lover or a dog lover, not an animal lover. So there is a lot of cruelty. Why the animals have, why an animal have to die just that it has to come onto your plate? You can survive on plant based diet. So it's not that if you don't kill an animal and don't, if you kill, I mean, it's like, if you don't kill an animal, nor if you don't eat it, it's not that you're not going to survive. There has been vegans, and they have been living since years. So plant-based diet is what you can truly survive. This is one part of it. Another part of it is compassion, as I told you, that you don't have to kill an animal to satisfy your hunger. He or she has a life. Who has told us this? We have right on that species. When there's a problem that a leopard or a tiger attacks you, and you just attack it back, saying that, how can that being or kill me? So you feel that, right? Even they feel that. You don't have any right to go it. That is self defense. If you kill a tiger or a leopard, it's attacking you. So self defense. What kind of a self defense it is when you kill an animal and eat it? You're breeding them. You're killing them for no reason. Okay, in the name, be it in the name of sacrifice or anything. God, according to human beings, is the purest form. Be it any god, he is the, you believe that he is the purest form. That purest form cannot ask you for blood or anything violence. No, because this creation has been made keeping every species in mind, right? And not just non-vegetarians. If you convert into vegetarian also, you're not stopping the animal cruelty around. I mean, behind this milk consumption, there is a lot of cruelty involved. Even calves, male calves are taken away and they are just killed within a day or so, and they're not allowed to drink mother's milk. And that mother who is continuously being artificially inseminated to get to become a pregnant, and then milk is literally taken away, it is stolen from her. I should not say taken away, it is stolen from her, and the calf is killed. And then this mother, when she is of no use to the milk industry, she is being slaughtered. And in India, where we call cow as Gomata, we are almost in first or second position in the beef industry and the leather industry. So why beef and leather industry, wherein India is first or second? Why? Because it directly related to milk industry itself. So you are asking, you are demanding for milk. That's where you are a part of breeding of cows, right? And then the more the number of cows, the more the slaughter things are, the more the leather is. So it's like, it's a chain reaction, that's all. So it's just your tongue. I mean, still I can't believe how can your tongue make such a cruel uh, things in the world. And regarding the environment issue also, there is a lot of environmental hazards only due to the meat industry that is happening, right? So methane gas is released. Methane gas emissions is more harmful than carbon dioxide emissions. So do you really need this? It's just a plant-based diet. If you can't survive, then that's not solution. You can survive. You can see athletes. You can watch game changers that you can see on Netflix, wherein athletes and strong sports person and everyone on plant-based diet. So they are surviving on plant-based diet. Why not we, just regular normal humans without any activity? Of course we can survive. So research, I am requesting everyone to research more on plant-based diet that will help animals and environment, and especially us, because that is not good for milk, is not good for humans also. We can't digest meat or milk or anything that has so much of unhealthy thing, unhealthy processing behind. So just give a thought about it.
Yes, ma'am. I think that's something that everyone needs to give a thought to, in fact. So moving on, 2020 hasn't been the best year for us humans. And of course, it hasn't been a good year for our animals either. So what do you think, how has the lockdown affected animals and the care for animals? So do you think that the quality of care has gone down? And do you think that the attention being given to animals has gone down? So what are your views on the lockdown?
Yeah, probably I would say it has not gone down. Rather, okay, let me put it to you clearly. First thing, it has been started because we know the reason, right? We know the reason why COVID has started. It's all about meat. Whatever it is, it's all about meat. We have abused a species. We have it's they, you might say it's just a bat, or it's just a pig that has caused swine flu. They have not caused swine flu, of course. So you have made such a drastic condition to them that it just evolved into such a big virus and all. So whatever we have done, we are getting it back. Nature is curing itself, when you are doing so much of cruelty and everything. So when there is no end, so obviously nature knows how to take care of this issue. She knows the solution. That is what mother nature is doing now. So this is not the right thing. Of course, that's a sign that something is not going right. So we just need to take care of that. And coming to the impact on animals, I don't think there is a lot of impact on animals unless we are not taking care of it. We have seen that organizations or individual animal activists are actually coming forward and helping animals, feeding animals a lot more this time. But yes, on the contrary, few people are like, who were already feeding animals or taking care of animals, they're not coming outside with this fear of COVID, but just think that it's a necessity for them. Please do come forward. And if the hotels and everything exist, I'm sure animals wouldn't have suffered much. But still, even if it is COVID, post COVID, or whatever it is our responsibility to always take care of animals. They are just our co-beings. It's not like
Yeah.
it's an animal and I'm a human. No, of course we are human species, they're animal species. Everyone are same species, everyone have same right on this earth. So just, I really request you to just look at their faces when you do not have anything to eat. The pain, the hunger and everything. Just a little bit of water and food, then that's enough. They're not going to harm you, they are going to be with you forever. So please do take care of it, and that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to our initial topic of the students and the youth's role, how and do you think the youth act, it's a big thing that the youth has the power. But in this sector, do you believe that today's generation who are now school students, do you believe that they actually have the power to make a difference in the wide world of politics and NGOs and everything involved? So do you think that the youth actually does have the power that's required?
Yes, of course. Yes, as we discussed before, so it is very hard for you to convince your elders or someone just to feed an animal, right? So it's because of I say they were not having so much of awareness before. So animals were treated very low, very, very low, and they had no right at all equal to a human being. Now the time has changed. Now the generations are understanding what is their responsibility here on this mother earth. That is what we need. So we are already making a difference. Youth is already they started making a difference. It's like, and of course youth is the future, right? So you are going to be elders and you are going to teach your younger generation how to live. It's like you are the one in between, you're the bridge who can just change everything whatever is coming on the way. So there is no doubt. I'm very sure you cannot convince elders now at this point of time. It's not that you have to lose hope, you have to keep trying. But uh, forget about that. If you're not able to make the difference, there is a lot coming forward. You have years and years and generations coming here, and it's our responsibility to start working towards what you can achieve. Okay, rather than concentrating on what you are not able to do it more. Youth only has the capability to do it and get these things done. So I literally request each and every youngster to just think about it, have this thought in mind that you are the one who can bring about a lot of change. So yes, if you say, you ask me, can you do this, I can tell you only youth can do this. Yeah.
Thank you for those motivating words, ma'am.
Well,
So that brings us to the end of our scheduled questions. Is there anything else that you would like to address?
yes, of course. Most important thing is that, yes, I would just like to say a small thing about veganism, because as I told, it's just a recap. If you can say, for you it's necessary that we respect each and every species on this world. So just look into their eyes, that's all. I don't know if it is very very poetic or cinematic, whatever it is, that is what works. Look into their eyes, they need us, they need us. They just let them be. You don't have to just go and save them, keep it in your home and everything. In if there's community dogs, if our Indian dogs are safe on the roads, why would we get them inside? Maybe we are taking good care of them at our homes, but why are we getting them inside and adopting, thinking that this world is not safer to them, right? So just let them be. If you're not hitting them and if you're not doing anything, just make sure that they have been sterilized, that is animal birth control operation has been done to them, and they're vaccinated, that's all. End of the story. They're going to live happily on streets, and you don't have to take a rescues, adoptions, cruelty, everything is because there is no control over their population, right? So every rescuer who is there, every animal volunteer who is there, I'm just telling you, rescues and everything are, yes, important, provided it is important that by the time we leave this world, ensure that this world is safer to animals. So please concentrate on animal birth control and everything, and just save them in an other way. Every species is the same. Leave meat and milk products from your plate, leather, skin, I mean leather, honey, silk, whatever is part of animal cruelty, just leave them. And whenever you're purchasing any products, make sure that they are not tested on animals, and make sure that they are vegan. You can see the symbols, bunny symbol backside of the cosmetics. So whatever you're doing, just be cautious for some time, and then you'll be getting used to it, and you are the one who can do amazing things on this earth. And the last time, I would just like to take 2 or 5 minutes.
Of course.
Yeah. So what is important, that most of us are involved in uh, stray Indian dogs, taking care of Indian dogs and all. And I have certain things to add regarding the laws. The problem is, when my neighbor is coming and telling me not to feed, I'm not able to answer him, because I don't know that there is a law that exists where you can feed, right? So I'll be just telling certain laws. You can Google it as well. But I just wanted to tell a little thing. I have just kept a note so that I don't miss any things. So, as per Indian laws, Section 428 and 429, you can't relocate any dogs. For example, if the municipal corporation, they come to you, the government municipal corporations come to you and they pick up your dogs and they say that there's a lot of dogs in your community, so we are just relocating them and all. No, it's a big no. They cannot relocate. That's not the solution. So even if you relocate the dog, that place becomes void. I mean, it's like there are no dogs in your street, right? Because they have been relocated. Don't you think the other dogs are going to come in this community because there are no other dogs in the territory? Yes, they're going to come. So, what is the solution? You have to get animal birth control done. So, their responsibility is that they have to get the animal birth control done, and they have to leave them back at the same place, and make sure, in case you're feeling anything, something is going wrong, you need to report to the police station. Going to the police station, don't think that's a level win or something. You have to get into there, complain, give a complaint or anything. They will take care of it. Otherwise, if they are taking, make sure that what dogs are being taken are being noted, and you have to keep a regular follow up if they are being left back or not. Okay, this is what you have to remember. And then apartments, apartments or whatever, resident welfare associations, they are not supposed to ask you that you should not have a pet. You can have a pet in your apartment, unless and until you that is creating a lot of nuisance. It's fine, you can keep it. They are not supposed to ask you for that. You need to approach the law in case they are not, I mean the police, in case they are troubling you or anything. Just take care of it. And yes, section 51A says that duty to feed and care for animals is your right. I mean, it is saying you have to. It's not that okay, you can. You have to. You have to take care of it. So there are a lot of laws. If I just go to the list, you'll be having many things. So just not the right. The time is not enough, if I must say, because there it is, and it's like an ocean. So I request everyone, every volunteer, to just go through the laws, and every organization like you also, just ensure that whenever you're giving awareness or anything, make sure that you have a separate slide or anything regarding the laws. Ensure that they note it down, because I'm sure now, if I remember, probably I might forget them. It's okay, it's a part of our subject. We do, whenever we have question and answers in a chapter or anything, we just tend to just mug it up, right? Mug it up, there is no problem, right? So that's the thing I'm concentrating about. And one and only solution to just protect this world is going veganism. Just go vegan and be safe.
Thank you so much for your words, ma'am. This has been really inspiring as our pilot episode of our series, and we're so honored to have had you here, and we can't ever thank you enough. On behalf of the whole team of Project Happy Paws, a big, big heartfelt thank you, and we look forward to working with you again.
Sure. And congrats to you too, for just taking up this initiative. Whatever help you want, there are so many organizations, including us. Our handle is CSA underscore Telangana, because we are from Telangana state. So that is our NGO. And I'm Kaivalya Kashyap with the same name on the Instagram. Whenever you need any requirement towards whatever welfare of animals, or any doubts pertaining to veganism or anything, just approach us. We want to help everyone, and especially you. Congratulations for the whole team, and we will look forward to work with you soon.
Thank you.